A freestyle rap takes the country by storm. We have an in-studio guest from Mexico, and President Boren finishes his final project. This is OU Nightly. For the students living in OU's brand new residential colleges, today is just another day. But outside their walls, Headington and Dunham colleges are officially becoming a part of OU's campus.
Yes, we have Kyle Payne live from the site of the dedication ceremony with more information on the college's big day. Kyle?
Thanks, guys. I am live outside of the dedication of the new residential colleges here on OU's campus. Right now, David Boren is up at the podium talking about how special this new building truly is. So far, we've heard from in-residence fellows Keith Gaddy and Mark Marvant, who have both spoken about how important and interesting and unique this new campus is, or this new residential hall is for these students. This morning, I talked to Matt Epting, who gave me a special tour of inside the residential colleges and what they've been doing to finish the final preparations for it today. Rooms to meditate in and a state-of-the-art kitchen are just a few of the amenities I saw when I took a tour of the residential colleges this morning. Dunham and Headington halls are home to a diverse collection of upperclassmen students living here on campus. This will likely be President Boren's final hurrah, and he wanted the dedication this afternoon to be special.
Of having this kind of living, learning community and the effect that can have on a university campus. So that's always been something really important to him and a vision he's always had for OU. So I think this is a really special day for President and Mrs. Boren to see that vision realized.
Seeing as this is one of the final projects as David Boren leaves the presidency of this university, he hopes it will leave a lasting impact for years to come here at OU. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Environmental crews are cleaning a crude oil spill near one of the world's largest oil storage sites. Oklahoma Corporation Commission spokesman Matt Skinner claims the oil spilled into a creek bed in Lincoln County, south of the massive tank farm in Cushing. Lincoln County Emergency Management Director Wendy Mercy said, though, that there's no danger to the public.
And it's game on for Oklahoma prison inmates. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation and the Oklahoma Department of Corrections are now selling playing cards to prison inmates in hopes they will get tips on open investigations. The cards have photos and information about unsolved murders and missing persons. The cards are reminiscent of the most wanted cards developed by the U.S. military to help troops identify terrorists during the Iraqi war.
And Taitum Wilson has more on Eminem's newest freestyle rap. Taitum?
That's right, Shea and Abby. Famous rapper Eminem slammed President Donald Trump last night at the BET Awards.
If you're a black athlete, you're a spoiled little brat for trying to use your platform or your stature to try to give those a voice who don't have one. He says you're spitting in the face of vets who fought for us, you bastards. You're a POW who's tortured and battered because to him you're zeros because he don't like his war heroes captured.
In the 4-minute-long rap, Eminem also addresses Trump's Twitter, his response to Puerto Rico, and the recent shooting in Las Vegas. An NBC reports President Donald Trump wants to increase the U.S. nuclear arsenal tenfold. Trump refutes that. He says he just wants it in tip-top shape.
I think somebody said I want 10 times the nuclear weapons that we have right now. Right now we have so many nuclear weapons. I want them in perfect condition, perfect shape. That's the only thing I've ever discussed.
Trump also said that it is disgusting that the media can write whatever it wants. Secretary of Defense James Mattis also denied the report. And since Sunday, Northern California's wine country has been scorched by over a dozen wildfires. Fires have killed 21 people and burned nearly 170,000 acres. As of last night, over 20,000 people have been ordered to evacuate. While most of the fires were ignited Sunday, winds are expected to pick back up today, threatening to spread the deadly fires. Syndey Forsee will have more on these wildfires in the Earth Report, and weather joins us after this. In Shea, Abbey, today Boy Scouts of America announced it will allow girls into the Cub Scouts program, giving girls a path to become Eagle Scouts.
Thank you, Taitum.
And it's finally cooling off in Oklahoma. Marisa, is it here to stay?
Well, I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on here in Oklahoma, but first let's see, out here in California we have this high pressure and this dry air that's moving through that's making those wildfires even more dangerous out there in California. But here in Oklahoma, we are having some cool, dry weather due to these high pressures that are surrounding all of Oklahoma right now. That is going to keep us cool for a little bit, and we are going to be heating up in the next couple days. It'll be warming back up. Some rain chances will be coming to us this weekend, and it's going to definitely start to be feeling like fall. I'll give you guys more details later in the show. Back to you.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, Lights, Camera, Park.
And we have a live in-guest studio who you will not want to miss. Welcome back. Christmas came early this year for one OU facility as hundreds of lights now brighten up the building. The Jenkins parking garage finally got its LED lights installed and working throughout the structure. The lights over each parking spot signify whether a spot is free, taken, or is a disabled spot. OU plans on adding an electric sign in the front of the Jenkins garage coming months that will display how many spots are available on each floor.
And Harlee Toothman joins us live with a special guest discussing the dangers of journalism in Mexico.
Oscar Cantu, former publisher of Norte, a newspaper from Jorge City in Mexico, is joining us today. So Mexico is one of the most dangerous countries for being a journalist, and since March, 10 journalists have been murdered for doing their jobs. It's been so dangerous that you shut down the newspaper 6 months ago. So can you kind of tell us why that happened?
Well, I just want to clarify, it's now been 11. And I shut the newspaper down as a protest because we don't have the right, the adequate guarantees to exercise our profession and to do the type of journalism, critical, counterweight, investigative reporting, which is the one that is a threat to corruption or to criminal organizations. And as a protest for the justice for Miroslava, our journalist that got shot 6 months ago.
Absolutely. Is it possible to be a journalist in Mexico and report the news fairly without getting death threats?
It is possible to report if you don't get into the type of critical reporting, investigative, in-depth, and critical reporting. That's the one that is in danger and extinction because it is the one that puts the situations in front of the public opinion. So that's the ones that those organizations, whether political or crime organizations, don't want people to learn about.
Absolutely, and you're also going to be joining us tonight at the Journalism Under Siege event. Can you kind of tell the viewers on what to expect, maybe some of the challenges that you're going to talk about being a journalist in Mexico?
Well, first of all, impunity is one of the main factors. I think that how to protect journalists and how to make people aware of the importance of freedom of press and freedom of expression and not take it for granted. I think those are important issues.
Very important, and we're all looking forward to seeing that tonight. Thank you for joining us and taking time out of your day.
Thank you, Harlee, very much. I appreciate all of your time. Thank you.
You can join us tonight in Gaylord Auditorium at 6:30, where you can hear Oscar's more challenges and that he's going to talk about. But thank you for joining us, and we will go back to you in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harlee. And Syndey Forsee is here with the latest on the fires that are not cooling down.
Yes, you guys, as Taitum reported earlier, wildfires are still raging across the state of California, but many are wondering what's caused these devastating fires to spread so quickly. California's land is still recovering after a multi-year drought. The dry vegetation is one thing just fueling the mass fires. The dried land combined with 50 to almost 80-mile-per-hour winds are causing the flames to spread rapidly. The fires are thriving off dry, windy conditions and low humidity in the area. And residents need to be more cautious as well, since the last 3 fires started during the night. And to make matters worse, rain is not in the forecast anytime soon. The California wildfires are also bringing the natural disasters to light. Here are a few things you need to know about them. Unlike the fires happening right now, most wildfires are man-made. They're usually started by cigarettes or unattended campfires. Wildfires burn over 1 million acres of land each year. The U.S. Geological Survey classifies a 300-acre fire as big, which is why the ongoing fires now are such a phenomenon. And just because you can no longer see a fire does not mean it's gone. Fire can burn underground and can start again when the conditions are just right. And the wildfires may be far away, but here are a few ways you can help. CNN is collecting donations online through the website Public Good. And if you're wanting to help directly, the American Red Cross is seeking volunteers to help evacuees. And for those looking for loved ones, Facebook is activating a safety check-in page, and Airbnb is also offering free rooms to displaced families and volunteers in the region. You guys, these fires are really devastating. The fires are burning about a football field every 3 seconds, so.
That's very scary.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully they can get it under control very soon.
Hopefully. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Syndey.
Thank you, Sydney.
And still ahead on OU Nightly, Outer Space puts on a light show.
And Marisa is here with weather.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. This is a live look outside at our stadium, and we see those beautiful clouds just lingering over. And these are the current temperatures outside, 67 degrees, which is much cooler than what we've been used to in the past couple of weeks, with some very calm winds and that low dew point making the air very dry and very comfortable. So looking at the currents across the rest of the state, it's very dry, very comfortable, and this is the effects of the cold front that we had come through on Monday night. We are going to see, this is the cold front that came through Monday night, and now we are just in these calm weather conditions with high pressure surrounding us and this dry air coming to us. We will see this low pressure that's going to start to form in Denver and move its way down and possibly bring some rain out towards the Panhandle on Friday evening. And another low pressure will come through, bringing some rain chances for us late Saturday night into Saturday morning. So this is when the next chance for rain will be here in Norman, but we'll keep you updated on that as it comes close. And for tonight, 75 degrees at 8 p.m., cooling down to 72. It's going to be a very calm evening tonight. The lows tonight across the state, this will be our last night of those cool temperatures for a while with 54, but it is right on our normal for this time of year. So a very pleasant night tonight. And walking out the door tomorrow, 66 degrees at 8 a.m., warming up back up to 79, so almost reaching those 80s tomorrow, getting right back to where we are used to for this time of year. The highs across the state, we are seeing that same trend continue. And rounding out the rest of our week, we have 86 degrees on Friday, so that is definitely warming back up. And we have those rain chances coming in with that cold front late Saturday night and into Sunday morning. But it doesn't seem like that rain will be affecting Dallas at all. So if people are planning on traveling to the game in Dallas, there shouldn't be any rain for our big OU Techs this weekend.
That's definitely positive. I'm excited for the game.
Me too. I'm excited that it's not going to be sweltering hot. Thank you, Marisa.
And it's the best time of the year for OU football fans.
Red River Weekend is finally here, and Sam Brown is here with more.
That's right, OU looks to bounce back after a shocking upset at the hands of the Cyclones. I'll have more on their matchup with UT. And the U.S. soccer team is on the wrong side of history. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome back. OU Texas weekend is finally here. The Sooners and Longhorns will face off Saturday afternoon in the first Red River Showdown as head coach for Lincoln Riley and Texas head coach Tom Herman. After Saturday's shocking loss against Iowa State, it's safe to say the Sooners must win out to have a chance at the Big 12 title and the college football playoff. Baker Mayfield got a chance to watch the Texas Longhorns beat K-State later that day, both as a fan and as a scout.
I caught bits and pieces of it, a little bit of both, knowing that I wasn't just watching Texas, watching Kansas State as well. So, you know, the stuff that I watch critically is when you get down in the film room. Yeah, I try and relax when it's just watching a game on TV. But yeah, so we're getting the film done already this week.
Staying in Sooner sports, Maddie Manning and Viennese Pierre-Louis earned honorable mention selections to the preseason All-Big 12 women's basketball team today. Manning led the Sooners last year in scoring with 12.6 points per game, while Viennese Pierre-Louis averaged almost 12 points and 8 boards. Game 4 of the NLDS between the Nationals and Cubs started just over an hour and a half ago. Jake Arrieta and Steven Strasburg square off as the Cubs look to take the series. Right now, it's 1-0 on the bottom of the fourth with the Nationals in the lead. Stay tuned for an exciting finish in Chicago. Meanwhile, in the ALDS, the Yankees and Indians play Game 5 tonight. Winner takes all. CeCe Sabathia and Corey Kluber get the start on the mound for New York and Cleveland, and the winner will move on to the ALCS to take on the Houston Astros. The U.S. men's soccer team made history last night. Not the good kind, the bad kind. For the first time since 1986, the red, white, and blue failed to qualify for the World Cup after a 2-1 loss to Trinidad and Tobago. The U.S. fell behind early in the first half after an early own goal by Omar Gonzalez and a 30-yard beauty by Alvin Jones. Christian Pulisic right here with the goal 2 minutes into the second half to try to bring the U.S. within one, but in the end, it was not enough. Now, instead of traveling to Russia, Pulisic and the Yanks will be watching soccer's most prestigious tournament from home. Switching to the NHL, the new kids in town played on their home ice for the first time, and man, did they show out. The Las Vegas Golden Knights pummeled the Phoenix Coyotes by a score of 5-2. 3 of those goals coming in the first 11 minutes. James Neal scored his 4th and 5th goals of the season to keep up Las Vegas's undefeated start at 3-0, which is the best start ever for an NHL expansion franchise. And high school football is full of superstars in the making and, more than anything, unbelievable plays. However, this Ohio high school might have taken the cake. Check it out. Lima Senior High looks like they've got the win with 3 seconds left, but St. Francis with 1, not 2, but 5 lateral passes, and all of a sudden they're in the clear. They look like they're about to win the game. 30, 20, but not so fast. Cole Miracle, the kicker for St. Lima, makes the game-winning tackle at the 2-yard line for the Spartans. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but after that kick, I might as well change my name to Cole Miracle. That came out of nowhere.
I agree. They should definitely start calling him that.
I think we could have used him for Iowa State, just saying.
Maybe a little. Maybe a little.
Thank you, Sam.
Yep.
And still to come on OU Nightly, a light show from the universe.
Love me do, whoa, love me do, love me do.
I'm Amina Switzer at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Oklahoma legislature is considering restricting the implementation of wind turbines near military bases. Today, the Housing and Transportation Committee heard a debate between military officials and wind energy experts. U.S. Representative Steve Russell said that the construction of wind turbines near military bases could make them vulnerable. Also, President Trump is expected to nominate his Chief of Staff Deputy Christian Nielsen as his next Secretary of Homeland Security. Nielsen was John Kelly's deputy when he served as Trump's DHS Secretary. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Amina. The old song said, "It never rains in Southern California." Well, check this out. That's not necessarily true. NASA astronaut Randy Bresnik posted this time lapse on Sunday from the International Space Station, showing storms over the California coast. Now, that is beautiful. That would have been amazing to see.
So pretty, for sure. I would have loved to see it in person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of storms, we have a weather factoid of the day.
Of course, and all the beauty in California. We have some beauty here on campus. This picture of the mums tweeted by OU Public Affairs. This was taken yesterday with our seed sower, and we've had some pretty nice weather recently, making it really beautiful and great conditions for all these mums to grow, and they just look more beautiful than ever this year.
Wow, that's awesome. You know, funny story about those mums. Last year, I had to get up on that scary thing they lift you on and take the photos and everything. Yeah, that was me taking those photos, and it was terrifying.
Well, at least they look good.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's always worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.